Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am covering the Alec Murdaugh case. Let's talk about Alec Murdaugh on tape, jailhouse tapes with John Marvin's wife. I have conversations between Alec Murdaugh behind bars, in jail, in prison, and the wife of John Marvin, Liz Murdaugh. I'm going to play a tape. We're going to discuss.
Hey, okay, this is something else I've been wondering.
Mm-hmm.
He said that you went blind.
Say again?
When you got shot, you said that you went blind. I don't know for how long.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I couldn't see for, I don't know, I guess a minute, minute and a half, maybe. 2 minutes. A minute.
I mean, do you feel like you were near death and that you were seeing the light?
No. No, it wasn't that bad. It just, I guess it was the impact. I mean, I wasn't seeing light. I was seeing dark. You know? I mean, the first thing I thought was...
You have 1 minute remaining.
And then I'm like, I know I'm not dead because, I remember touching my head, and I remember thinking the back of my head's blown off and I'm going to be blind. And then, it slowly started coming back. I could stand up because it knocked me down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could stand up. I knew I was standing up. And, then I think I kind of went to one knee. And, I couldn't see, and I was trying to, but it didn't take long at all before it started improving, I mean, like it didn't get where I could totally see, but I could start seeing.
Your time is up.
So where did you lose me?
You were saying that that you had gone down to a knee, but everything was black.
Yeah,
and so that you could feel.
I couldn't see. I mean, now for a second I thought to myself, am I dead? It didn't take me long to realize I wasn't dead. Then the next thing that occurred is, oh my God, I'm really going to be messed up. I'm going to be blind. And then it started quickly coming back. But I could reach back and feel my head, and I knew my head wasn't missing, I could tell it was bleeding, but I could tell like it wasn't like a big section of my head blown off. It never hit my brain. You know that, right? So here's what really
actually,
happened.
I guess I thought that it did hit your brain because.
No, listen here. All right, so you know how fast a bullet comes out of a gun, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it hits my head. It goes into my skin and puts a hole and kind of goes around my skull and comes out 1.5 inches, 2 inches further away. So I had an entry and an exit wound, but it didn't penetrate my skull. It cracked it a little bit, and the force caused me to have two brain bleeds. But, all a brain bleed is a bruise on the brain.
Mhm.
So, I don't think it was anything permanent. I don't feel dumber or hindered or anything like that. But no, this wasn't like, okay, things go dark and I see the light and I'm going to the light. It went dark and I couldn't see shit. And then it started lightening up and I could see things around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, but
I think it was just the impact from the force of the bullet that knocked me down, and probably, I don't know, I guess sight is somewhere back there, and it interrupted it for a little while. Well, I tell you all the details when I see you.
I know, because I feel like we really haven't been with you since then.
You haven't. I mean, I saw you one time on the side of the road
Yeah.
when I was sick as hell.
I'm sorry because I was yelling at you.
No, you were?
Yeah.
Huh? You yelling at me?
Yes.
What? What were you yelling at me?
Well, I just wanted answers. I didn't understand what was going on because, you know, Christy was the one that told me everything, and I didn't believe her.
I got you.
And I think I just was.
I remember you and Buster. I remember we were on the side of the road somewhere, but that's all I remember.
Yeah, we were. I think we were in Pooler, maybe.
See, I don't have any clue. Like when you're in detox, you don't remember anything. I mean, you remember stuff, but you don't remember like details.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was well into the throes of withdrawals at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that you didn't. You know, I mean, I guess you just called it feeling similar to the flu.
I don't remember you yelling at me.
I mean, I didn't yell, but I mean, I was just like,
I understand.
I just was so confused, and
Sure.
it just kind of came as, you know, just such a shock.
I know, a lot of emotion.
And,
I get it.
And you know, I didn't know how much Maggie knew, and why she never told me. Not that it's really any of my business, but I mean, we just kind of talked all the time.
Right.
But
we'll talk about it.
So Alec Murdaugh explains to Liz how he temporarily went blind from that shooting incident that occurred a couple months after the murders of his wife and son. Ultimately, Alec is charged with conspiring with Cousin Eddie Smith, who is charged with Alec solicited him to murder him for an insurance money plot with Buster. But what's the relationship you think is going on, if at all, between Liz Murdaugh, the woman you heard in that voice, John Marvin's wife, and Alex? Do you think there's more to it? Do you think they're friends? Do you think they're lovers, secret lovers? Do you think an affair was going on? I'm not saying any of that is a fact happening, but it makes me wonder. And that's why I'm asking the questions. Did Alec cheat on his wife, Maggie, with other females? A lot of conversations that I've been listening to between Alec and Liz, they're very, very close. They're buddy-buddy. Is John Marvin aware of the closeness between them that I think is? It's my opinion. What about your opinion? Do you think they're close? Really close? Really, really close with one another? Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button covering the Alec Murdaugh case, the tapes, the Alec Murdaugh Jailhouse tapes, lots of them. Let's get into the mind of Alec Murdaugh and see and listen and analyze and inspect and understand what's going on. Conversations behind bars. He knows he's being recorded, but I'm wondering if he knew he was being recorded at first, that his recording conversations would get out to the public. All these conversations that I'm playing on my YouTube channel are public information that were obtained via Freedom of Information Act. They released the calls, the jailhouse calls. I'm trying to obtain more conversations. Let's see see with our minds what Alec Murdaugh is thinking. We'll talk soon. Everyone be safe. Justice for the victims and their families. Alec Murdaugh Jailhouse tapes. God bless.